Hello everyone. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new. My name is Kim, and this is the reading for the week ahead. It is Monday. It's Monday. There's a lot happening. I'm sure you all know. I hope you're taking care of yourselves. I know I am, or have been trying to at least take care of myself. I want to talk about the week ahead, which is this week, and perhaps read on this meeting Zelensky is having. I'm probably going to read on that. I don't know what else. If winging it here, which I've found when I wing it, I do the best work for some reason. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope it was restful and restorative. Mine was. I did nothing. That's not true. I did some things, but I pulled cards for myself as opposed to other people, for other people, like I've been doing for so long. Just to kind of see what's going on with me. I've been tired, have need to recharge, been feeling disconnected. Going through another upgrade, has been easy, but I'm getting through it. I've been taking breaks. I've been listening to, I honestly, I had no choice but to listen, because I literally was on empty. I had nothing to give. Or at least I felt like I just couldn't do it. So, like I talked about in channel messages, go check that video out. I'm more articulate in what has been occurring with me in my daily life and my connection to spirit, and just, being overwhelmed, being tired of talking about politics and, the way of the world, holding people's energy, holding space, I'm tired for that isn't the right word. Not tired, just like a little burnt at the edges. So I've been taking things slowly getting my energy back. I feel energized enough today to do some readings. I thank those who have been patient with me with personal readings. I've gotten through those actually. I think I have. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But take care of yourself is my message, as always, because the energy is very rough for all of us, and those of us who are more sensitive than others, I know you feel it. I understand. I see you. I hear you. I feel you. Just make sure you are stepping back so you can reconnect with yourself in the way you need to. Okay. Everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is for informational purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged. Okay? If you want a personal reading, you can click more in the description of this video and the link will be there. Or you could email me at moonlightergy15@gmail.com and I'll send you the link. Okay? Alright, so let's start. Let's look at the overarching energy for this week for the U.S. collective. Okay, let's see what will be going on with us this week. Oh, you got some cards falling out. See the Nine of Swords there at the bottom. Let's see what fell out. We have Three of Pentacles, we have Justice, and the World. Okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. I have to shuffle again because these are cards that I recognize. If they come up, then those are cards, but we shall see. King of Swords on the bottom. Nine of Wands. Queen of Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. The Spirit is telling me 8 of Cups. Okay, let's move this down. Okay, let's look at the bottom. King of Cups, Star, 7 of Cups. Lovers, Knight of Swords. The High Priestess, very nice. 3 of Swords, this goes here. Now, the moon, this goes, here. King of Wands goes here. 6 of Cups always comes up for us. Always. Always. This goes here. One more. And Knight of Cups. Where does this go? Knight of Cups is goes here for some reason. Okay. All right. So the overarching energy for us this week doesn't feel heavy actually. So let me pull one more. Page of Wands. Okay. Last week wasn't, the energy for last week was it sort of feels like a continuous from the week before into last week into this week sort of thing. A loop, my guides are saying, a loop of energy that is continuous. So for us, you have, let's start here. You have the Three of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Justice, and the Hierophant. It's like, wow, that's a strong energy. It honestly feels like our higher selves. It feels as though we are becoming closer to our higher selves, transitioning into. This is very spiritual, but why wouldn't it be? But this here, the mark of this week feels like we are literally getting higher here. The high priestess. Justice is about balance, fairness, integrity. Spiritually, justice is also about purpose. It feels like two parts of us. You see this Three of Pentacles here is collaboration. It feels like two parts of us are collaborating, the subconscious and the conscious part. Does that make sense? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Let me just get some validation. Let me get some validation. My stomach is really growling. Yes, cause and effect. Inner and outer balance. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, divine alignment. Yes, thank you, spirit guides. I know what I'm talking about. That's what it feels like. That's what this is happening this week with us. Inner and outer balance. Cause and effect. Divine alignment. To the crown of justice. Signifying spiritual connection. And this high priestess here, when acting in accordance with truth, it's about truth. This high priestess, the major card, with the justice card here, yes, that's where we need to be, honey child. Page of Wands there, that's one of my favorite cards. They throw their wand up into the sky with courage, bravery, determination. Spiritual awakenings and alignments are not easy because it makes you look at, sometimes it makes you look at truths. It makes you see things for what they are, and that sometimes that could be painful. Painful awareness. I'm not saying it, it's the most worst thing you could go through, but it's not easy. That is what a lot of us are coming into this week, this divine alignment, this aligning with our higher selves more, and it could be a lot. It could take a lot of energy. Whew, I love that. I love that for us. I love it. Are you guys experiencing that? What are some signs that you may be experiencing that? Let me know. Okay, as we move through the week, we have the King of Wands. I really like the wands. I really like them. The World, major card, and the Knight of Pentacles. I am the Knight of Pentacles. My energy is slow. Anyway. So we're aligning more with our higher selves, our divine selves here. Sort of like shaping this tiredness, this, all these emotions into action. as you move here. The King of Wands is about leadership and determination and inspired action, authenticity, courage. You know, look at the lion back there. Okay, and the world is about, there's some more news coming out this week, obviously. It's about coming full circle. It's about new cycles. Okay, and from that feeling of moving into a different aspect of where we are in this and our journeys, there's this feeling of, it's like a balance between the practical. The Knight of Pentacles is focus, you know, as you move towards whatever we are moving towards as a collective, or whatever we are moving towards individually with the Knight of Pentacles here. Okay, but the world is the prominent energy because it's a major card. That new cycle sets the King of Wands energy, and the Knight of Pentacles, it sets it off. There's fire underneath us. There's, you know, if you are rising with the King of Wands, there's fire, like a phoenix, you know. We have, with this here, this alignment here, we're moving into another cycle with the world here. That is nice. Okay, and it's a balance here with the Knight and the King here. Focus, practical, you know, slow, methodical, strategic movement towards something as we are shifting into this new cycle. Very nice. Here we have, this is connected for some reason. Spirit is telling me. Here we have the Moon. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, Six of Cups, Eight of Cups, all the cups. Very emotional by the end of this week. Okay. The Moon here is the major card in this space. Moon is about things being, you know, shielded, or a feeling of uncertainty. It's about your intuition. Okay. The Moon on top and the Three of Swords on the bottom. The Nine of Wands here. Okay, and then all this emotion here. This here is about, it's about healing. It's about dealing with uncertainty. Coming to terms even with uncertainty. It is about the Nine of Wands is, it says you're almost there, is the message with the Nine of Wands. It's acknowledging, like, yeah, things have been rough, but there's still some uncertainty. And the Three of Swords is about disappointment. It's about despair and heartache. But the Three of Swords encourages us to take that energy and transition it into something that is helpful. Don't run away from the pain, or don't deny, accept, let it shape into something different. Okay, and that's a lot of what the Nine of Wands is about. It's a card of resilience. It's a card of keep going no matter what. You know, you're almost there. Just keep going. That is a message we need to hear as a collective, because we feel the pressure, but we have to recognize what is happening beneath our feet. We're rising up. And that's what this is saying. Oops, sorry. That's what this is saying here. The moon, uncertainty, trust you have to listen to the messages in your subconscious. You're getting messages from your higher self with the moon. That's part of what the moon says. And it starts off, we have this alignment here with our higher selves. Okay, and so with this here, you have the Queen of Cups, you have the Six of Cups, and the Knight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking into something despite the uncertainty of it. The art is the same. There's a fog there, but in the Eight of Cups, you don't know where you're going, but you know it's somewhere you need to be. You know it'll be okay. Eight of Cups is a card of healing. And that's what it ends with. Okay? Six of Cups is a card of lessons. You look back a lot with the Six of Cups, and it says you need to bring your experiences, the things that you've learned, into your present situations. Okay? Six of Cups, you look back on things like, oh, it was a good time. Or you look back on your experiences and the lessons you've learned, and you bring them into your present. And that is what Spirit is asking us to do. Okay? Queen of Cups is going with the flow of life. It's about compassion, emotional stability, So those are, when you listen to the subconscious messages you're getting, the intuitive messages, whether they're in dreams, synchronicities, whether in media, songs, or I don't know, any sort of message you find that you're getting, that is what the moon is saying. And you have to listen to the messages. We are aligning. We are here. Our higher selves and our divine self, our physical world selves and our divine selves are starting to collaborate with each other. Okay, and so they're saying down here, you have to do this too. The more this happens, the more and I said that for me anyway, my experiences is the more I align with going through this process of aligning with my higher self more, my divine self, I get sadder. Some of you may be experiencing that now. Obviously, if you feel like you need to talk to someone, I absolutely encourage that. But I noticed that this Three of Swords feeling, and the Three of Swords, like I said, you have to do this work here, some of us, to be in the flow, to be okay with uncertainty, to take our lessons that we have learned in the past and bring it to our present. Okay? Okay, so, there's a lot of emotional sensitivity. This is so emotional. This Knight of Cups here, I was just getting some validation, but it really sort of, because I'm like, it's really not an outlier in a sense. To me, it's like letting yourself think of what could be. How do you want to see things? Okay? The Knight of Cups. Support, connection with yourself. Okay? Connection with your own emotions. Mm. That was good. That was good. I like that. Let's look at events. What events will bring these, you know, emotions out of us, this energy? Let's take a look at that. What events? Oh, put it upside down. Okay. What events for the week will bring on this energy in the first draw? The moon came out again. Events. Can you show me? The moon came out. Four of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. The Magician. Just had a deja vu. These same exact cards. Let's try. Ace of Wands. The Emperor. Interesting. Okay. Seven of Wands. What events? Ace of Swords. Eight of Cups. Says it goes here. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Judgment as usual. Spiritual awakening as an event. Judgment is its own thing up right up here. Eight of Swords right here. That's on the bottom. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. There's something stuck here. Okay, what is this one? The Tower. Right up here, what Spirit said, right next to Judgment. Okay. Events that will bring about this energy for us that I just pulled a little bit ago. Okay, the spiritual alignment with our divine selves, with our higher selves. Okay, and sure, yeah, I mean, the moon, message from our subconscious selves that we need to listen to. But events being, or things being held in the darkness, you know, in the shadow. We don't see it. It's uncertain. it feels like a dream or an illusion right over here. The moon, 4 pentacles, 8 of cups, 7 of wands, and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, though, is something that we will see. This is a person, perhaps. Let's see. Is the 7 of Wands, hold on, give me a second here. Does the 7 of Wands represent a person? So they're saying someone in the public eye. Someone in the public eye. Someone we don't expect, perhaps. That's very interesting. It's like a release here. Something that is this? If honestly, it feels like someone will say something this week, perhaps. The 7 of Wands is getting your voice back and speaking out. It goes from the 4 of Pentacles. Almost like this person was hiding with the moon here. Because it doesn't feel, well, I mean, well, let me not speak too fast because we have the Tower there. But it kind of almost, I'll just say it doesn't feel like something negative, in the sense that it's something we need to hear this week. Okay? Because this person has been hiding here in the moon. And they're ready to bravely, that's what the 8 of Cups is about. You know, you're walking into something. It is uncertain, and the moon definitely affirms that uncertainty. So the moon could be about, you know, illusion. It was hiding. She or he, I don't know, or they were hiding here. And the 4 of Pentacles is about not letting something go, though. And the 7 of Wands is getting your voice back, asserting yourself for protection or defending something. And the Queen of Swords comes from all of this. Truth, clarity, being able to wade through BS. This might be us as well. Or this might be just the person or persons, you know, this comes from that, this and Queen of Swords energy. Okay, and you have the Magician here, you know, some manipulation, and we'll bring on that energy I pulled just a little bit ago, because you have the 8 of Swords there. It's about feeling trapped, can't say anything, you know. It's like someone will say something, and this will be the result here. Someone trying to cover something up or silence something because you have, or manipulate something, perhaps. You have the Ace of Swords with the 8 of Swords on the bottom. You have the 5 of Pentacles. This is all connected. You have the Emperor there with the 5 of Pentacles. There's someone with very high authority being isolated or taken down a peg or two. Okay. Silence, perhaps. And then you have up here, you have Tower and Judgment. Okay, so an event, something leading up, it feels like it's building tension. There's multiple things happening, but it all feels related, if that makes sense. Because the Tower here, someone shaking something up, something shocking being said or happening, things crumbling in some sense. An idea, a literal situation, and the Judgment card, the transition, the spiritual awakening, alignment, growth, purpose, moving into the next part of whatever we are in terms of a journey, your life, but something shocking, something big, someone coming out from the shadow, saying something and revealing something. But of words, it feels let me see. Does this have, I don't know, it feels, does this have, okay, does this, hold on, does this have some, it's moving before I say anything, does this have something to do with the government? Does this have something to do with the president? I use the phrase loosely. Does it have something to, okay, wait, clear the center. I could feel it pushing my hand. Does it have something to do with the president? It's saying yes, but it also feels like multiple people. I'm being shown JD Vance. Does this have something to do with JD Vance as well? Okay, clear the center. Clear the center, please. Is it something that is very shocking? Is it something that is considered shocking? Saying yes. Okay, I'm gonna pull. They're telling me to pull this from this deck, True Crime. They're telling me to pull 2 cards. What is it? Can you show me? Let me ask. Please show me. 2 cards only, they're saying. Okay, let me shuffle. 2 cards only. Getting nervous. You know, me in this deck, we have, I like these cards a lot, but sometimes I'm like, I don't know what that would be. Am I, shuffle 3 more times. Okay. We have 1 card that came out. Fraud. That came out before. It came out last week when I did Q&A. Money's on the bottom. I said that's not it. perversion. 2 cards, they said. Fraud and perversion. Okay. I'm hearing perversion of our system. We'll see what happens this week. Very interesting. Opportunities for healing and growth. If that card comes back, that's our card. Opportunities for healing and growth. Let's see here. So, I have the High Priestess on the bottom. Okay. 4 Cups. Let's see what we got here on the top. King of, hold on. King of Swords, King of Wands, Judgment. This is it again. Spiritual awakening. Whew! Chills. 7 of Swords. Walking out of toxicity. 4 of Wands. Very nice. Solid foundation. Balance. Purpose. 2 of Wands. Yeah. Implementation. Yeah, balance. I like that for us. Knight of Pentacles. Focus. Strategic. Methodical. Movement. Towards whatever it is, your Page of Swords. Always nice. One more. Knight of Swords. So it's a nice, well-balanced space for emotional healing and growth. You walk from the 7 of Swords into the 4 of Wands. 7 of Swords are flimsy. It's a flimsy foundation built on lies and deception and corruption. Or you could be in a situation that is like that and you decide to walk away. Woof. King of Wands. Courage, determination, inspired action, forward movement, progression. You do it bravely, and the Judgment is taking responsibility. The time for judgment has come, but really it's an elevation. It is transition. It's a spiritual awakening. 2 of Wands. From the 4 of Wands, you have this surety, solid foundation, growth, progression, balance. Lots of balance. I think the theme here is balance and transition. A nice mix of the mental and emotional for us this week. Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords. Both, the Knight of Swords is, rushing in with the truth, defending the truth. A little impulsive. We need that energy, though. We need some impulsivity, I think. Snap aside of things. Page of Swords is about being curious, being intelligent, quick-witted, collecting information, being smart, aware. Okay? All good things. That's what we need. Good week this week. I mean, it's a matter of perspective. I would say it's a good week. It feels like we have to pay attention this week. Okay? Will I be paying attention? I'll be away. Maybe these next 2 days, but once I go on vacation, I'll be paying attention to myself. All right. Let's look at this meeting between Zelensky and the White House. He went there. He said, "I'm wearing a special suit." I'm wearing a special suit, and he came with 7 European supporters. I did say the Trump-Putin meeting will be a stalemate. I was correct. There was no peace talks. There's certainly something there, though, that they're not sharing. Something's there, and it feels as though they're trying to give Zelensky the short end here. And it's interesting. I think I saw Trump, because he thinks he can govern through social media. He talked about there needs to be a ceasefire. Huh? They're working under the assumption that Russia is winning this. We're in the dream world where you have the First Lady writing love letters to Vladimir Putin, and everyone's talking about it like it's just a normal day. Whatever, I guess. It's normal now, right? They want to normalize it? Anyway, let's see how this... I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but... What should I read first? Let's look at Zelensky and see what's going on energetically with him. Can you show me, please? Can you show me, please, Zelensky? I literally cannot. Got death and justice. King of Cups. Cool as a cucumber. Page of Swords, but not an idiot. 8 of Pentacles. Let's get work done. Queen of Cups. Very emotional, but stable. Zelensky. Queen of Pentacles. Absolute, steadfast. I'm here to take care of my people, is what he's saying. The Lovers. He knows he has choices to make. Big, big, big choices. Does he like those choices? Let's see. He's saying, what? Seven of Swords. Hell no, is what he is saying. What is this nonsense? That's what he's saying. What is this nonsense? Okay. King of Swords. He has the entire court here. He came with 7 EU supporters behind his back. Supporting his back, I mean. The Fool in reverse. I feel that here. He's saying, this is a joke. Let me get some validation. A lack of direction, hesitancy, or fear of change. He has to reflect. 4 Pentacles, and he doesn't want to let go of whatever they're trying to take. The Devil. The Devil. Queen of Wands. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Queen of... Okay. We have the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, right? The Queen of Swords, or is that the King? King of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Devil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 of Pentacles. He's what? Listen. If you could be fair, he will. 4 of Wands. He knows he's in the lion's den. I saw this card. He wants progress to be made, but he doesn't believe it will happen with the 3 of Cups in reverse, okay? Ooh. Clown show. I hear his voice. It's a clown show. It's not going well, perhaps. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Okay. Show me. Spirit is telling me only one card. How is it going, these talks? If they're still happening. How did they go? I don't, you know. It's just ridiculous. The Empress on the bottom. 4 of Swords. Reevaluation. Okay. Of how they are approaching this. And the Devil again. The Devil again. Okay. Let's look at how does Zelensky... Well, actually, what are they asking from Zelensky? He always says, Zelensky, I have to think. He always says that. I've never watched an interview of him. I've never seen him say that. But I could feel it in I could always hear that and feel it in his energy. I need to think. I have to think. What are they asking of him? Whew, he is not playing. Very intense. Whew, okay. 5 of Swords. The Hierophant. Knight of Swords in reverse. Page of Pentacles. Be practical. Don't you want to rise above these conflicts? No, we're not going to share with you intel or Knight of Swords in reverse. Just be a complete moron. Basically. Don't be aggressive. You have to reevaluate these things. They're asking for 7 of Wands. Resources. Not wands, I'm sorry. Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. Pentacles is of the earth. They're asking for minerals. They're asking for land, perhaps. That's what they're asking for. What will he give them? What will he do? I hear him laughing. What will Zelensky do? What will be his answer? I can hear him laughing. Like... Pentacles are the element of earth. Justice. Wow, all these cards came out. Justice. 7 of Wands. Stand his ground. He wants justice. This is not fair to him. Ace of Cups. Hangman. I need to think. The Hermit. He has to think. Whew. I wonder what that's like to have a strong leader. Knight of Swords. They're gonna look at him like, this man is reckless. This keeps coming up in reverse. This is gonna be, he sees what exactly is going on. He's not feeling it. He's gonna assert himself. This is what he wants, balance. He wants things to be fair, and he sees that it is not fair. And so it's gonna be stalled. The Hangman is here. Major card. He has to think. There could be even some separation from this whole peace talks thing. Nah, I'm not feeling that, is what he's saying. And they're going to view it as reckless. Good. And 10 of Swords. He doesn't want that. What will be his answer? The world is here. The Ten of Swords in the world. What will be his answer, ultimately? He's saying that. He is, look at this. He is standing his ground and saying things have to be fair. He's saying, fill my cup. This Ace of Cups, this is his people. That's his people. Can you imagine? I know this happens, but you really want this person to give up land for something that you think that setting a precedent for someone giving up. Well, it's America, so why not? Giving up land through aggression. Why not? That's, What will he say? What will be his message after he's thinking? Six of Wands. Marching in victorious. Support from others, people cheering you on. Give me a clarifier. It could be arrogance, but I don't feel arrogance from him. Four of Wands on the bottom. Four of Swords again. It's full circle. No, it's not arrogance. I feel like he will be the one that will land on top. Let me ask Spirit, and then I'll let you guys go, okay? Will Zelensky be the one to land on top? Well, we have, this all just came out. Four of Wands, Queen of Wands. Judgment. King of Wands. The answer is yes. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Okay. Well, there you have it. I will see you guys. When will you see me? Probably Friday. Okay. I will be away tomorrow. I have work to do tomorrow, so I won't do a Q&A. But you will see me on Friday. I will be going away Wednesday and Thursday. And I want you guys to take care of yourselves. Look out for this week. There's some things coming. And please like this video. Let me know how you feel down in the comments. And I'll see you guys Friday. Bye.